DepEd Vision. We dream of Filipinos who passionately love their country and whose values and competencies enable them to realize their full potential and contribute meaningfully to building the nation. As a learner-centered public institution, the Department of Education continuously improves itself to better serve its stakeholders. DepEd mission: to protect and promote the right of every Filipino to quality, equitable, culture-based, and complete basic education where students learn in a child-friendly, gender-sensitive, safe, and motivating environment. Teachers facilitate learning and constantly nurture every learner. Administrators and staff, as stewards of the institution, ensure an enabling and supportive environment for effective learning to happen. Family, community, and other stakeholders are actively engaged and share responsibility for developing lifelong learners. DepEd core values: maka-Diyos, makatao, makakalikasan, at makabansa.
Mabuhay! Good day to all! I am your tutor Madge. Welcome to ETUlay, a free online tutorial, an initiative of the Department of Education, Information and Communications Technology Service, Educational Technology Unit, ICTS EdTech. This program is aimed at helping and assisting learners from kindergarten, senior high school, ALS, Alive, and SPED learners. Aside from answering the modules, the ETUlay is offering programs which you will surely look forward to. Together with our parents and teachers, the ETUlay will bridge the gaps where difficulty and ease meet in learning new knowledge and skills. So, let us prepare our modules, pen and paper. Ready your mind to see and hear worthwhile and interesting lessons. Let us now study and learn, together with our volunteer online tutors. Tara na!
Welcome back to another episode of DepEd ETUlay online tutorial. I'm Tutor T, and this is Contact Center Services for Grade 10 students. But if you're not grade 10 student, you're still welcome to join our session. And I'd like to personally greet Garchi Turena. I hope I pronounced your name correctly because you're the very first one who comment on our session for today, and I'm so grateful for our tuties who are always tuning in our to our or tuning in on our session and helping us out to make this program successful of the DepEd ETUlay program. And ayan, invite nyo rin yung inyong mga kaklase, kaibigan to join this session because even though it's for TLE grade 10 students, the skills that we are going to discuss in this session is going to be useful in whatever career you are aiming for in the future. And even in your schooling, in your daily communication practices, you're going to be able to utilize the skills that we are going to learn and we will strive to possess in this session, di ba? Kaya share nyo na para mas marami tayong matulungan, mas marami tayong viewers, mas marami tayong maabot ng mga kabataang Pilipino and then to help them become more self-reliant in the future. And of course, our topic for today is a continuation of our series for communicating effectively in English. This is a crucial skill for you to become call center ready in the future. And even if you are not aiming to become a call center agent in the future, like what I said, you're still going to be able to use this. But if you're aiming to become a call center agent, of course, this is definitely sessions. These are the sessions for you. So we're going to have more sessions about communicate effectively in English in the upcoming weeks. So always tune in, follow this ETUlay session every Friday from 1:40 until 2:20 in the afternoon. Okay. So, yan, without na-clear ko na ang mga bagay na dapat kong i-remind sa inyo. And because those things are out of the way, let's get right into our discussion for today. If you guys couldn't hear me properly, just type yes if you couldn't hear me properly. Type no if you can hear me properly. Okay? Baliktarin natin ha. Yes kapag hindi nyo ako naririnig na maayos. No naman pag naririnig nyo ako. I have to tone down my volume because my wife is also preparing for her ETUlay session later on sa front office services after this our session. Okay? So once again, our topic for today is going to be about tense and aspects. And our objective is the same objective that we have in the past sessions and that we are still going to have in the upcoming session because we want to use the English language deploying oral, written, listening, and grammar skills. Yan yung goal natin. No? Hindi ko naisulat yung the. Dapat ito nakasulat. Use the English language in deploying oral, written, um, listening, and grammar skills. Sabi ni Ma'am MC Casoren, no daw. Very good. So that means you can hear me properly. Okay? Maraming salamat for that, ma'am. And for the review of our past lesson, Chul Rodman was the one who discussed this last week, and I'm so grateful to have him when we are not available, when myself is not available for the online tutorial. A lot of teachers are juggling with a lot of activities, a lot of roles sa paralan and also dito sa ating programa sa ETUlay program. And we're grateful to have more teachers to join us in the ETUlay program, di po ba? Ayan. So, yung lesson natin last week about subject, verb, agreement, rules. So, I have written down here four of the most important, I guess. Okay? Yun yung palagay ni Tutor T, pinaka-importante na dapat nating maalala. Yung first rule is subject and verb must agree in person and in number. So, kapag singular ang subject, singular din yung verb. Kapag plural ang subject, plural din yung verb. Except na lang doon sa I and you, di ba? Yung first person. First person and second person, no? Na I and you, yun lang yung kahit singular, plural yung isinasama natin na verb. And then tandaan din natin ang plural na verb ay yung walang S. At yung singular na verb, yun yung may S or ES, di ba? Halimbawa, yung verb na write, okay? Yung base form na verb na write is also our plural form of the verb. Yung writes, may S or writes, okay? Hinabans, okay? May S yung writes, yun yung singular verb natin. So for example, gagamitin natin siya sa sentence, he he writes a novel. So that means for a fact, and yun yung usual niyang ginagawa, siya ay nagsusulat ng novel. Pero kapag you ang ginamit natin, magiging plural na yun. So yun lang yung exception, di ba? You write a novel, di ba? O kung ako naman, I write a novel. So singular ako, mag-isa lang ako, pero ang verb na kasama dun sa ginagawa ko na pagsusulat ay plural. Yun yung exception. Pero majority sa lahat ng third person singular pronouns, lahat ng bagay actually ay third person na singular. Lahat ng bagay na singular ay pwede nating i-treat na third person kasi lahat ng third person sa present tense lang naman tayo nagkakaroon ng problema sa subject and verb agreement rule kasi sa future tsaka sa past tense hindi naman na natin to kailangan tong subject verb agreement rule. Okay? Nawawala na ito kasi sa present tense lang talaga tayo nangangailangan ng subject and verb agreement rule, di ba? So lahat ng third person singular pronoun, yung he, she, it, lahat yan ay singular form of the verb yung gagamitin natin. It has, he has, she has. So madalas natin naririnig ako, personally, nagkakamali ako, minsan nasasabi ko, she have or he has, he had, he have, di ba? Pero ngayon, na-minimize ko na yung pagkakamali ko doon, lagi ko na nagagamit yung he has, she has, okay? So tandaan natin yan ha. So yung pangalawa, compound subjects joined by and take plural verbs. Halimbawa, kapag sinabi ko na Melissa and Lorna, are best friends, di ba? Melissa and Lorna are best friends. So nakikita nyo, ginamit ko yung plural verb na are. Okay? Melissa and Lorna are best friends. So, unless na lang yung may end natin ay tinatawag na considered as single entity na collective noun. So, halimbawa, yung binigay to ni Tutor Rodman last week, di ba? Yung ham and cheese is my favorite breakfast. So, yun lang yung exception doon. Kung isipin natin, isang uri lang yun ng dish. Kaya ham and cheese tuloy. Ham and cheese is my favorite breakfast. So, napansin nyo, ginamit ko yung is, di ba? Ayan. So, magandang tanghali kay Ma'am Ersa Ulep. Hello po, Tutor T. Hello, Tutor Ersa. Hi din kay Madel Tirado of Parahedo. Magandang hapon po. Watching from Casiglahan Village, National High School, Rodriguez, SDO, Rizal. Ayan, maraming salamat for tuning in. And number 3, collective nouns, multiple entities considered as a unit. Ito naman yung, let's say, ginamit natin yung family. Family, alam natin maraming tao sa isang pamilya. So at least may 3 o 2 tao sa pamilya. No? May mga couple kasi na wala pang children pero they are still considered as family. So at least may 2 tao sa isang pamilya. Pero pag nag-a-act sila individually, di ba? Pag nag-act sila individually, yon ay makukonsider natin na plural. Pero kung nag-act sila as a single, okay, as an entity, makukonsider natin sila na singular, di ba? The family is, di ba? Kapag ganun, the family is going to the beach, di ba? Kasi kinukonsider siya as singular. Pero pag the family ordered their costume online. So, yung pamilya, bawat isa sa kanila ay nag-order. So, ibig sabihin yung 2 tao doon sa pamilya, both of them ordered their costumes online. So, let's say magkakaroon sila ng costume party, di ba? Halloween party or Christmas party. So, doon makukonsider natin na plural, di ba? Kapag both ay nag-a-act, di ba? Sa isa-isang statement. So, dapat alam din natin ano yung ibig sabihin na sasabihin natin. And then yung last na gusto kong i-review is yung about sa indefinite pronouns, yung singular and plural. So, singular, like for example, yung everyone, someone, somebody, di ba? Anyone, none, di ba? Or no one, yun ay magti-take palagi ng singular form of the verb. Even though marami yung tinutukoy. Pag sinabi kasing everyone or bawat isa o lahat ng nakikita ko dito, let's say, every one of you watching right now on in your home, watching the ETUlay program, so kahit madami kayo, but since I'm saying everyone, I would always use yung is, okay, or yung singular form of the verb. So kapag ka naman plural indefinite pronoun kagaya ng some, few, many, di ba? Both, yun ay gagamit tayo ng plural form of the verb. So yun yung mga dapat natin, basic na dapat nating tandaan. No? Minsan nakakalito yan talaga pero kapag ka magtatrabaho kasi tayo sa call center, dapat alam natin paano gamitin yan properly. So, hindi man natin maiwasan na magkamali pa rin paminsan-minsan. Pero we could always correct ourselves kapag ka alam natin yung mga basic rules ng subject-verb agreements. Okay? So for today's lessons, we're going to discuss tenses and aspects. Ito naman, para alam natin kung para maintindihan tayo ng ating mga customers. At the same time, we'll be able to understand our customers as well. Kapag alam natin ito, alam natin ang tinutukoy pala nila ay experience in the past or experience nila right now or things that they arrange in the future. So dapat alam natin 'yon. Kasi sa Tagalog kasi madali lang 'to, 3 lang naman sa atin sa Tagalog, 'di ba? Nakaraan, ngayon at bukas. Okay? Yung past, present, at future. Lagi lang ginagamit natin pag nakaraan, let's say past tense. Sa Tagalog, nakakain na ako o kumain na ako, 'di ba? So past 'yan. Present, kumakain ako, 'di ba? Future, kakain ako, 'di ba? Or kakain kami sa labas, 'di ba? So ganun sa Tagalog, madali lang. Pero sa English kasi medyo complicated. There are so many ways to say past, present, and future. It depends upon what meaning we want to convey. So dito mapapansin nyo, there are three tenses. Yung past, present, and future. Ngayon, nagiging komplikado yan kasi there are four different aspects din na dapat din nating maunawaan. So may simple, may perfect, may progressive, may perfect progressive. So as you can see, the verb see changes from one tense to another. 'Di ba? Makikita nyo yung see sa past naging saw. Tapos sa future, nagkaroon ng will see. Okay? Pero sa perfect, mapansin natin nagkaroon na siya ng helping verb na have. 'Di ba? Sa present perfect, naging have seen. Sa past, naging had seen. So nakikita natin ang nagbabago sa perfect na para ma-identify natin kung past, present, at future tense siya ay yung helping verb, 'di ba? Yung have naging past, naging had. Tapos naging future will have, 'di ba? Nadagdagan ulit ng have. And napag-aralan din natin previously, 'di ba, na yung word combination. So madalas ito nagkakamali rin tayo dito, mga Filipino, no? Mga students, mga tutees, and even sometimes us teachers, no? Hindi naman perfect ang mga teacher din. They're still growing and learning, 'di ba? Madalas din tayo nagkakamali dito kasi minsan nasasamahan natin itong have, had, has ng past tense. Lagi nating tatandaan na laging kasama nito ay yung verb in its third form or yung participle form of the verb. Mapansin natin, hindi pwedeng I had saw. 'Di ba? Nakita natin seen. Lahat 'yan. So kung forget 'yan, forgotten, lahat 'yan, or write 'yan, written, hindi wrote, 'di ba? Laging yung third form of the verb. So yung tatlong form, no? I-remind ko lang din. So ang base form natin, let's say yung write, 'di ba? Write yung first form, wrote yung second form or yung past tense form, at written yung third form or yung participle form of the verb. So sa perfect tense, laging ang gagamitin nating main verb ay nasa third form or sa participle form. Sa progressive naman, mapansin natin yung ing. Pag sinabi kasing progressive, continuous or nagpapatuloy yung action, 'di ba? So, for example, dito yung see, nagkaroon ng I was sa past, indicate na past siya by using the be verb was, 'di ba? Dito I was seeing, 'di ba? Tapos sa present, I am right now seeing. Okay, I am right now seeing you watching the ETUlay program. Pero usually kasi I see na lang yung ginagamit natin pag present. Pagka kasi concept ng see, believing, imaginary, usually hindi natin ginagamit yung ing unless watching. Okay, halimbawa, I'm watching ETUlay program. So you use yung ing. Pero kapag I see or sinabi ko I believe, hindi ko na sasabing I am believing. Even though continuous naman ako naniniwala, ang sasabihin ko na lang I believe or I remember. Hindi I am remembering. Hindi na ganun. So mag-focus lang tayo doon sa simple tense kapag sa perfect, especially kapag yan yung mga tawag dito, kapag ang binabanggit natin is yung believe, see, hear, remembering, 'di ba? Or remember kapag yun yung ginagamit natin. Okay? So makikita natin future will be seeing, and sa perfect progressive, actually hindi naman masyadong useful yung future etong ating future perfect tsaka itong ating future perfect progressive. They are not useful tenses. Okay? Very rare lang natin sila ginagamit. Usually sa mga academic texts, pero sa conversational English, you would confuse your customer kapag ginagamit mo yan. So, hindi tayo magfo-focus doon sa future perfect tsaka sa perfect progressive kasi they are not practical tenses to use. Okay? Ayan. So, diretso na tayo. Pag-usapan natin isa-isa itong mga tenses na ito to make sure that you get something out of this discussion. So, yung past tense, ginagamit natin sila. For example, somebody asks you, why were you absent yesterday? Sasabihin mo, I was sick yesterday. Or maybe your mother needed you to accompany her to the hospital. or 'di ba? So kapag tinatanong ka about your past experience, let's say na ang time marker natin dito ay yung yesterday. So may specific time na tinatanong in the past. Kaya ang gagamitin mo ay past tense. Kaya I was sick or my mother needed me to accompany her to the hospital. Okay? So yung past tense, we use past tense when we speak of an event in the past. For example, Leia called the technical support for assistance. So that means it happened in the past, maybe yesterday or early in this morning. Or he became the new team leader. So that means he became new team leader maybe last week or last month or last year. And now he's a team leader in a company. Diba? So, hi, Dylan Bryce. Good afternoon po from Isaac Lopez Integrated School, Mandaluyong City. Thank you for viewing our session. Tyson Alcantara. Good afternoon, Tyson Alcantara, grade 7, trustworthy from Ramon National High School. And who else? Lalaine Ancheta, watching from Kidapawan City Division, FSMES. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in to our session, di ba? Maraming maraming salamat sa inyo. Okay, so dapat natin laging alalahanin, no, sa paggamit natin ng past tense, yung verb kasi natin nagbabago. Nagiging napupunta siya dun sa second form or yung past tense form of the verb. So we have two kinds of verbs. Meron tayong regular and irregular verbs. Yung regular verbs, dinadagdagan lang natin yan ng D or ED para maging past tense. However, walang specific rule dito eh. Kasi kapag irregular verb, you just have to be familiarized with them. Kasi hindi pwedeng he builded, 'di ba? Medyo sound off naman siya. Pero once you are familiar with these verbs, alam mo na agad na irregular verb siya. Ang gagamitin mo yung nagbabago yung spelling o kaya hindi nagbabago. Ang nagbabago lang ay yung sound. Like for example, yung read. Hindi nagbabago ang spelling niyan. Ang first form or ang basic form or ang present form ng read ay read. Ang past tense form ay read. Ang past participle form ay read pa rin, 'di ba? Parang naging RED lang siya. So yun yung medyo komplikado pag irregular verbs na yung gagamitin natin. But you just have to get familiar with the irregular verbs so that you're gonna be able to use them properly in your statement. Okay, present tense. Like for example, you're in an interview and your interviewer asks you, "How do you deal with a irate caller?" Your answer would be in present simple tense. So I listen carefully to the point that she feels so that she feels understood. Mapansin natin, no, yung I, gumamit siya ng base form, I listen, or yung plural verb, 'di ba, na listen, hindi listens, kasi nga, yun yung exception, yung I. Doon naman sa she, gumamit siya ng present tense, ang feels natin ay nasa singular form kasi ang third person singular pronoun yung she, 'di ba? She feels understood. Or pwede mo sagot, I calmly deal with it and I don't take it personally. Even the customer yells and curses me. Okay? So yun, mangyayari yan sa atin when we work in a call center, 'di ba? Okay, so present tense. We use present tense to state general facts or truth and when we state about habitual activities. So for example, tayo, usually we take a bath daily. Hindi natin sasabihin, I'm taking a bath daily. Mali yun. Kasi ibig sabihin, no, hanggang ngayon, naliligo ka pa. Ibig sabihin, paano ako nagsasalita dito kung naliligo pa ako? So usually, sasabihin ko, because it's a habitual activity, ang sasabihin ko is, I take a bath daily. So, Tutor Rodman teaches in ETUlay TV. So, right now, Tutor Rodman is not teaching in ETUlay TV because he is now in the induction meeting in his school. So, right now, the one who teaches or the one who is teaching you on ETUlay TV is Tutor T, di ba? Pero Tutor Rodman teaches in ETUlay TV because that's a fact. 'Di ba? Magtuturo siya sa ETUlay TV or sa ETUlay online, 'di ba? Ayan, so abangan natin yung ating mga ETUlay TV tutorial, 'di ba? So future tense naman, if I hire you, how much salary will you expect to receive? 'Di ba? Pag tinanong ka ng interviewer mo, how much salary will you expect to receive? So of course your answer will be in future tense. So I'll be happy to get 20,000 per month. or I'll be happy with the minimum salary for a new agent like me. However, I expect that you will give me an increase once I prove my skills. 'Di ba? So, yun. Mapansin natin, no, pagka past tense yung tanong, past tense, ay, sorry, pag future tense yung tanong, future tense din yung sagot. So, meron tinatawag na, tawag dito, um, correlation between dun sa tanong tsaka dun sa sagot natin. So, we use future tense when we speak of an action or an event in the future. Okay, tatandaan lang natin yan. Kapag future, yung pag-uusapan lagi future tense. So, lagi natin gagamitin yung be verb na will be. Okay? Or yung will. So, you will be hired in a call center if you learn to speak and write English well. So, that's what I'm meaning that actually. You will be hired in a call center once you learn how to speak and write English well. Or if you apply, but if you don't apply in the future, you will not get hired, di ba? So BPO companies will get back to normal operation once the restrictions are lifted away. So we all know that a lot of BPO companies here in the Philippines are affected of the situation that we're in right now. But once things get normalized, they'll be back to normal operation once more. So that's gonna be in the future days. Because hindi pa naman normal sa panahon natin ngayon. Kaya future yung sinasabi ni Churity. So past perfect tense naman, what did you do last summer? So pag past perfect tense naman, kapag tinatanong tayo, ito naman yung may specific time in the past. Parang period of time. Hindi siya nangyari at a single event lang. Nangyari siya, let's say, for a month. Okay, ano din ginawa mo? Kasi ang tinatanong last summer. So yung summer, it happens for 3 months, di ba? 3 months summer dito sa Philippines. So anong ginawa mo last summer? So your answer could be in the past, simple, pwede naman. Pero if you want to be specific about a particular period of time in the past, it started in, let's say, May 1, and natapos siya ng June 30, nasa staycation ka. Ang sagot mo, I had gone to a staycation. That means you didn't go out. You just stay home. Maybe you went out but you just stay in a hotel, di ba? And then maybe ang sagot mo naman, she had sold cool lemonade in front of her house. So that means, business-minded ka, hindi ka nagbakasyon, pero nagtinda ka last summer. So, ibig sabihin, buong summer, nagtitinda ka ng lemonade. Pero ngayon, let's say tag-ulan na ngayon, so hindi na summer, tapos na siya. So gagamitin mo yung past perfect tense. So we use past perfect tense when we want to speak of an action or state that begins in the past and completed in a certain period in the past as well. So I had studied my subjects hard in high school. Okay, so I'm talking about 4 years of high school here. I had paid my motorcycle from 2014 until 2017. So I'm talking about 36 months or 3 years of a monthly payment. And that's already done. It started in 2014 and ended in 2017. So, mayroong particular point in the past, tapos nagtapos din siya in a particular point in the past din. Okay, present perfect tense. Ito naman, how have you improved your skills so fast? So, let's say, tinanong ka ng interviewer mo, paano ka nag-improve ng napakabilis? Ang sagot mo, ibig sabihin, ginagawa mo pa rin siya up until this point. Okay? Or if you are concerned with experience, pwede namang nakaraan na siya, pero mas concerned ka sa experience, hindi sa time. Let's say, well, I have removed all distractions to focus on developing certain area in my skills. So, ibig sabihin, you focus on experience naman doon. Or pwede rin namang yung sinasabi ko dito ay hanggang ngayon, inaalis ko yung mga distractions so that I can focus on improving my skills. Okay? But pangalawa naman na sagot, I have taught myself to always utilize my time for practice. So that means up until this point, certain period in the past, up until this point, ginagawa ko pa rin at lagi kong ginagawa na gamitin ng maayos yung oras ko para mag-practice. Di ba? Okay, so we use present perfect tense to speak about action or state that was started at a certain period in the past and is continuing to the present, like what I said, diba? I have tried to calm myself down, or Larry has forgotten his closing spiel. Okay, so right now, nakalimutan niya pa rin, pero mamaya siguro maalala na niya. Okay? So past progressive tense naman, can you share a problem that you face or you were facing and how did you deal with it? So this kind of question is one of the questions that um, Steve Jobs, or no, Elon Musk actually asked his applicants, kasi dapat daw we all know how to deal with problem. And at the same time, this is a question where Elon Musk could determine whether you are telling the truth or not. Because if you are able to solve a particular problem, you can give all the details. How did you do so? Pero kapag ka nagsisinungaling ka lang just to answer an interview, syempre hindi mo bibigay yung proper details doon sa kinukwento mo. So dalawa lang yung nahihit niya. Nung in-interview siya, pag tinanong niya daw ito, nalalaman niya yung problem solving skills ng aplikante. Pangalawa, nalalaman niya kung nagsasabi ng totoo o nagsisinungaling yung kanyang applicant, di ba? So for example, ang sagot mo dito, I was lacking confidence to apply for this job because of my perceived inadequacies. But you see, I am here in front of you because I get passed through it by prayer and preparation. So, okay, pwede yun, di ba? Wala kang confidence, pero ngayon, ino-overcome mo. You were lacking confidence, but right now, you're in front of your interviewer. So that means you're able to overcome that problem or trying to overcome that problem, facing the challenge, di ba? So past progressive tense, we use past progressive tense to show action that was happening in the past. So there are certain period then, 'di ba? And then madalas natin 'to ginagamit kapag merong time marker. Let's say for example, I was teaching ETUlay right now. Or, let's say I was teaching ETUlay yesterday when the courier knocked on my door. So mapansin nyo, may certain things that happen while I'm doing something, and I'm talking about it. I'm talking about an experience that I had yesterday. Let's say, I was preparing my ETUlay session for today when the courier knocked. Okay, mapansin nyo, naka-past tense yung knocked on my door. So usually doon natin siya ginagamit. Okay? So the agent was calling customers all day. Okay? Kahapon 'yan. Some recruiters were interviewing applicants last week. So dapat may time markers kapag ginamit natin yung past progressive tense. Okay, present progressive tense naman, I'm looking forward to be a trainer. So what are your career goals? For example, when I was asked this question, I said that I'm looking forward to be a trainer after a year of service, then become a team leader or supervisor eventually. So the idea about that is not to actually like show that you're an aspiring employee, but you are communicating to your interviewer that you're willing to stay long doon sa company. Kasi kapag wala kang career goal, that means you'd stop after a few months, di ba? So, yan yung sinagot ko para ma-hire ako, di ba? So, Lisa is aiming to get a managerial position, di ba? So, kapag ngayon, so right now, I'm actually not feeling very well, but I have to teach ETUlay tutorial. So I'm here. So I'm not feeling very well, but I'm trying to still teach, 'di ba? And still tutor you guys. So 'yun yung example, 'di ba? So present ngayon, nararamdaman mo ngayon. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na um, uh, it's raining in the Philippines even though it rains in the Philippines. Dapat hindi mo ma-confuse yan sa present simple. Dapat lagi it rains in the Philippines unless umuulan ngayon. Pero dito naman sa amin hindi umuulan. So it's not raining in the Philippines right now. Maybe in some part of it, but right here in Cavite it's not raining. But it rains in Cavite, di ba? So present progressive tense, we use present progressive tense to indicate or state that that is presently happening. Okay? So yun, presently happening. The client is working to cancel the contract. So that means the contract isn't canceled yet, but the client is working to cancel it right now. Okay? Maybe tomorrow or later on, canceled na yung contract. So future progressive tense naman, what do you expect from our company? So, pwede nating sagot doon, I expect that you will be rewarding my productivity after a year. Maybe promotion or maybe incentive. So, yung pangalawang sagot, I'll be receiving monthly incentives for my great performance after I got the job. Okay, sabi ni Tutor Mean Grace Salvador, good afternoon po, Tutor RJ Telia. So, hi, Tutor Mean. Good luck sa inyong tutorial later on. Okay. So we use future progressive tense to tell something that will be happening at some point in the future. So, for example, here, you will be working in a call center after you finish senior high school if you applied, di ba? Kapag ka nag-apply ka. Pero kapag hindi ka nag-apply, you will not be working in a call center. Okay? So, past perfect progressive, what did you choose? Why did you choose, rather, to apply to our company? Okay? Ma-experience nyo yung tanong na yan sa inyo kapag nag-apply kayo sa call center. So, example, answer in the past perfect progressive, I chose to apply here because I had been getting a lot of referrals from my friends that work here. So that means you had been getting, but since you decided to apply, you are not getting referral at all because they know that you are now applying in a call center. Okay? Considering that you are the one being interviewed in this example. Diba? So we use past perfect tense or past perfect progressive tense to tell action or state that was happening at some point in the past. So let's say Lawrence had been playing mobile games all night. So that was yesterday. All night yesterday. He had been playing mobile games. Okay, so present perfect progressive, why should we hire you? Yung example answer in the present perfect progressive tense is I have been improving my typing skills to become more efficient representative of this company. So nagrarata type ka yung website na kung saan nagpa-practice ng typing. So pwede mo sagot yan, you have been improving your typing skills so that you will become more efficient in fulfilling your job as a representative of their company. So pangalawang example, I know that this company has been looking for applicants with sound decision-making skills and I have them. Okay? So naghahanap sila ng may magaling magdesisyon at sabi mo, oh, meron ka nung skills na yon, di ba? Ayan. So that's gonna be all for today, di ba? So simple lang. So walang assessment si Tutor T. I'll have the final assessment on the week 8. Kasama yung lahat ng ating diniscuss dito sa ating Communicate Effectively in English. So for our next episode, our topic is going to be about prepositions. So importante rin itong prepositions because you know what? If you don't know how to use proper preposition, it may be those little words in a sentence, pero it really affects the meaning that we given or that we give out to other people when we use them, diba, yung prepositions. So dapat magamit din natin ito maayos, no? So if you want to rewatch these sessions sa ating ETUlay program, you can always go back to our official Facebook page ng ETUlay at DepEd TV at mapapanood nyo yung ating mga sessions about these Communicate Effectively in English series ng ating TLE10 Contact Center Services. And pwede rin naman bisitahin nyo ang ating official YouTube channel ng DepEd TV at doon pwede nating mapanood yung ating mga previous sessions, di ba? So, yun lang at maraming salamat sa pag-join nyo sa ating session for today. I hope you guys learned a lot and I hope you guys would keep on tuning in and don't go away, stick around. We'll have front office services coming up next for our TLE extended session. So that's going to be all. Thank you so much. I am Tutor T. See you guys next time.
Ang husay naman! Natapos mo ang iyong tutorial session kasama ang iyong mahusay na ETUlay tutor. May bago ka bang natutuhan? I-share na yan gamit ang hashtag #ETUlayLevelUp. Huwag aalis ha dahil may susunod pang programa na pwede mo ring panoorin at salihan dahil naghihintay na ang iyong mga tutors. Happy learning dito sa ETUlay!